Stephanie Smatto here, the one, the only, the original cheap phone ninja. Welcome to the new CPN News channel. And I have just discovered the perfect answer to writer's block, which I've suffered from for a long time, and part of the reason is, I don't need that, Sally, thank you very much. Part of the reason is, there's always a critic in the house, Part of the reason is, when I was young and writing, I used typewriters, not computers. And the whole ritual of getting started is part of the entry into that. And if you need to think about it, if you're a young writer, how to establish a ritual that won't be broken by technology if it changes. I didn't even realize that was part of my problem, that facing the computer was a whole different mindset because I was weaned on typewriters. So, I got my ritual back. The other thing is, I realized when I was reviewing my videos from yesterday that there's another solution to writer's block. I had a video where I spoke a little bit about what I intend my first article for CPN News print newsletter to be. And all of a sudden I realized, well, my goodness, all I have to do is talk about what I want to do. Then while I'm listening to the video, it's like having that encourager right there saying, okay, this is what you're focused on, let's go. So, here we are. And I want to also tell you that this has brought me to what I want the CPN News channel to be. It's not going to be another Truth Convoy. Truth Convoy will always be there. Basically, it's going to be what it is. Freeform YouTube Truther channel. Truther, I got to change that because the liberals have been destroying that term, Truther. I mean free speech channel. That's what I'm going to start calling Truth Convoy, a free speech channel. This, however, is the newsletter channel. So what you're going to find here is I'm going to live stream parts about the newsletter here. When I put the newsletter out, I'm going to have a live stream up so that people can ask questions. And there's a system with live stream I just discovered through the help of a very good, developer helper company that I've been going to lately. Very nice people. One of the things you can do, set up your live stream to schedule ahead of time, and you have that dead screen with an announcement in the title about what it's going to be, and you can do it as much as 2 days ahead. Which, number one, helps overcome the problem of unreliable YouTube notifications. And the other thing I realized it does, if you're doing something like a newsletter, people can chat for those 2 whole days. They can go in there. It sets up its own little chat room. So you put up your scheduled live stream, you put in chat, and during the 2 days, you can, first of all, you're going to probably block your regular trolls anyway, and there's, they get tired of making new sock puppets after a while. I'm sure they must. So basically, over the couple days, you can glance at it from time to time and delete and block any idiots that show up. But it gives your own people an opportunity to talk about the newsletter and maybe make suggestions for stories they want to see develop, or talk about the stories you've already written in that newsletter. Now, not everyone wants to write a newsletter, but you have other things going on, like, whatever you're doing. I've seen some interesting channels on health products, for example, women who make soaps and lotions and things like that. Whatever you're doing, people will know that, hey, let's go drop her a line and say hi and plan to be there in 2 days when she does live stream. So that's basically, I think that CPN News is going to be about the articles that are in the print newsletter. It's not going to be a general Truther free speech channel. It's also going to be little blips and tips for writers and other people. You don't have to be a writer to produce a newsletter. If you've got a channel that you think could use a newsletter in its support system, and I recommend that, because we don't know. I mean, if the grid goes down even temporarily, a print newsletter is going to be the lifeline for your, whether you want to call yourself a company, a community, a family, whatever. So you can have somebody else in your circle. Somebody else in your social circle likes to write. You can ask them to develop a newsletter to go with your channel. All kinds of ways to do this. But I am just really happy, and I'm really happy that I did not go out and buy this typewriter, that it came from a supporter who just said, hey, I would love nothing better than to give you one of my little manual typewriters. This lady goes around collecting these typewriters because she's afraid people are buying them up to break them down into jewelry. And it's true, people are. And she said, when I saw how much of that is happening, she says, I started buying them up and collecting them. And she says, I just would love nothing better than to send one to you. And so, off we go. This is my little intro. It's September what? I don't know, 7th or 8th or something? I think it's the 7th. What is it? I've got to see. What day is today? The 7th. Friday, September 7th. And, God bless you all. God is good. I've got to get to work on the first issue of, do I have my, yes, the first issue of CPN News, and it's going to be about the subpoena by Mr. Mueller of Mr. Corsi. Did y'all know that was real news, not fake news? It's going on. And I'm writing an article about it right here, old-fashioned. God bless you all. Denise Matteau, Cheap Phone Ninja, the one, the only, the original, for CPN News. Over and out.